And here we are.
Hey, Victoria.
I know, we caught ourselves by surprise even.
Welcome.
Is it live or Memorex?
Welcome to TFT Live at the Witching Hour.
Welcome
is it
indeed.
Live? I don't know.
Or is it Oberon? We know he's undead.
Oh my gosh, it's a sleepover. Yeah, there you go. I should be in my jammies. That would be the
I'm nearly
appropriate the appropriate thing. Wow.
See, I got my
Oh, you
pajama
are.
bottoms on.
Oh my God. Well, you know, Mr. O, we got to
Yes.
cut corners sometimes.
It's true.
Just to get ourselves awake.
I asked Budget, is there anything specially witchy for me to wear on the witching hour? And they said, no.
No.
We do with what we can.
Wearing a smile at this hour is about all we can muster.
Ooh, I better wear more than that.
Yeah.
This is a
that's true.
family show.
Right. Oh my God.
Well, hey, good
Well,
morning.
hey, you might be the only one. You know, we had more people last time we did this, but we were an hour late because our
the alarm clock
didn't go
failed.
off. So we used our phone today, and that got
Worked
us
perfectly.
up on time.
But nobody else used their phone.
So, oh my gosh, what fun.
Oh, hi, Preeti.
Preeti, you've made
Welcome-
it here too.
Welcome to the witching hour. Hi, Preeti.
Well, you know, we're not expecting tons of people. I could be wrong. So we're not going to do an on-camera list. I'm going to keep a paper list here. And we'll just see how it goes. Well, hey, it's 3:02 a.m. in our part of the world.
Yes,
And
3:02 a.m. in the morning.
In the morning.
We now know how people on the other side of the world feel like.
Well, but this is a good... No, they don't feel like we do because this is...
Well, when we're up at our regular times, it may be closer to
I
3 in the
see.
morning for them.
I see. Yes. He's right. Okay, you're right.
Okay, well, let's get started. Let's do a card for the day
Oh,
or the moment.
yes, I do have a card for the day here.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do. I will use my New Orleans deck.
Okay, spooky enough.
Well, it's not. I could use my Crow Tarot. Let's use the Crow Tarot. It's
Yes,
right
I brought
here.
my more...
Not Crow Tarot, Crow Oracle. See, I'm already slipping.
We see you there, Preeti. I know. I hope you understand. We see you there. So we'll be doing the readings in just a moment.
All right.
Oh, you're saying hi to Victoria. Yes, of course.
Silly.
Silly me.
Well, Victoria, I don't know how you can do it. Stay up this late. You have chair yoga in 8 hours. Oh. We're getting
We're getting our COVID booster.
an older person's COVID booster today. We thought it would be a good idea because Mr. O is traveling in a few weeks and he's going to be around people from all
International
over
conference.
the world. 10,000 people.
I'm going to the Parliament of the World's Religions. If you don't follow me on Facebook, you might not have heard that. It's an international interfaith gathering. It's the largest one in the world. Over 10,000 people will be there. And I've gone to the virtual ones. I have associates who go to them regularly or who are involved in their boards. And it's just a beautiful, wonderful experience. But of course now, we hope that doesn't turn into, a unpleasant experience.
Well, we want to protect ourselves just in case. I'm staying home, of course, but that's why we won't have shows towards the end of August for 1 week.
Well, in the middle of August.
Mr. O is a band. Oh, though I guess you don't want to pick from those.
How about if you put them right here
yes.
and I'll grab one?
They're very slippery, and they're always read upright.
So this is the Open Crow?
This is
Urban
the
Crow?
Urban Crow Oracle by
Hearing,
M.J. Cullinane.
hearing to it. And there it is.
What you got?
Communication.
Communication.
Communication is our card of the day or the moment here.
And here it is. Before we adopted our pup Layla, One of my neighborhood crows would come calling. This one was named Brave One because she would go right up to our sliding door, our glass door, and knock. The bird was looking for a handout. The card brings the message to speak up, state what you want. You may think those around you know your needs and desires, but that may not be the case. Now is the time to articulate your wishes. And while you're at it, don't just speak up to people. Speak up to yourself. Hey, stand in front of the mirror and articulate what it is you desire, what it is you wish for, to yourself, so that you can believe it, you can absorb it, and you can live it before you even receive it. Sounds easy, huh? That's what we have for the collective.
All right. Hello, Sunny.
Thunder from down under. Ah. Love it.
Did you want to join us, Sunny? He's
Uh-oh.
down here mewing.
Well, our cat seems to be a night owl, too. Oh, let me just... What am I doing? I'm acting like these are right in reverse. Let me just pack these puppies up. That's our card for the collective.
Okay.
Did we even show it?
I did.
Okay. Because I'm like, what happened? This went fast. Okay.
It all goes fast when... So,
it is a good card. What?
Well, since there's only two of you, who would like to go first?
Well, Victoria was first. We could
Okay,
let
that's
Victoria
fine.
go first.
Right, then she can go back to bed, maybe. Or to bed
No,
for
you
the first
can't
time.
abandon us. You're stuck here for the whole show. All right. Okay. All right, Victoria. Hey, throw another question at us. You get another reading. Both of you were at our show earlier, right? So you get a reading. All right. Let's see what we get. You wanna? I'll use my deck.
Okay.
Oh, let's start with the This Might Hurt Tarot.
Here's the man.
Oh, you are prepared? Okay. Preeti, do you want to go first?
Yeah, let's have Preeti go first.
Go ahead and type a question, Preeti.
Yeah, go right ahead. I guess I could say take your time since there's no rush to get through a big list.
That's right. We could just keep babbling,
We could chat for a
the
while.
whole hour.
Hello,
I think I
Sunny.
could do that. I'm awake enough for that.
Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah.
Do you want to shuffle the cards too, since we've only got
Sure.
two people?
And it's a matter of killing a little time.
Yeah.
We can tell Sunny Tales. He's rubbing against everything here. Hello.
Wants to know if any blessings are coming. Good question.
That's a
All
good
right.
question.
We'll just do 3 cards on that.
Do we have a Lenormand? We should.
Do we? Well, I just so happen to have it here from earlier. The Dreaming Way. And I'll just let you shuffle that. Here you go. All right, what blessings are coming for Preeti? Wow. It's kind of like one of those go big or go home cards. It's the Death card.
It's the blessing of change.
Yes.
Sheer, powerful change. Death always represents sweeping change. It rarely ever means physical death in the tarot. tarot readers mostly feel that's just a given. We're talking about great change, fundamental change. So this is the blessing that is coming your way. Are we doing the 1, 2, 3?
I said 3 cards.
Okay.
Nope.
So that was card 1.
Well, wow. Do I get to talk more about it?
I thought you did.
I just said go big or go home. Death. That was it. So, this is big, monumental change, Preeti. This is like, and it's good. It's generally good. It's a change that needs to take place, and you'll feel much better when it does, A lot of people are afraid of change, but change can bring positive things. Change brings growth. Without change, nothing would grow, right? So I think this is a very big positive. So let's see what our next card will be. It's the Devil reversed. This is really an awesome card to get along with the Devil, with death, especially reversed, This is saying this change will set you free in some way, will liberate you, will make you feel like you can finally make some of the moves you need to make, move forward in a positive direction. I like this. Breaking free from things that have been holding you back.
Right. The Death card reversed is an astonishing card.
You meant the Devil card.
The Devil card, because it talks about our relationships with people or our relationships with ourselves, and oftentimes it indicates that we have feelings of codependencies sometimes, or feelings of needing to lean on others. This is an extreme situation. So when it's reversed, what it's saying is that we have found ways to remove what burdens us or what chains us to our codependency. So in realistic terms, this could be saying big change is coming that would really kind of give you new perspectives on what ties your relationships to other people's, what gives them strength, or maybe what are those weak focal points.
Whoa, nice cards.
It's the Page of Pentacles.
I'll let you go first.
Well, the Page of Pentacles, pages represent kind of formational ideas or thoughts going forward. The Page of Pentacles talks about maybe our need to continue exploring the change by seeking actual information. Some of this information may be a little bit more on the lofty mind. It may be more specific to higher, processes of thought, function, meditation, viewing abstract subjects, maybe getting involved in metaphysics a little bit. But it's all about maybe adjusting to what the blessing is, the blessing of change, and how it will free you from, maybe some relationships. It might give you perspective on relationships. And of course, I feel that in this context, this is also, the Page of Pentacles is saying, moving to maybe a calmer state of mind too, a more relaxed state of integrating all this.
Sonny is very active this morning. Look at him. He is just rolling around here. Holy cow. Wow, Preeti, you know what? This just fits together in a real nice, tight way. On one hand, there's big major changes coming, changes that will make you feel liberated and more free in your life. You feel like maybe some oppressive situations are now gone, things that have been holding you back. And it's freeing you up to begin to start a new course, chart a new course, start a new direction, possibly in your career financial sector, That's the Page of Pentacles. That's there. True. And so it could be the beginning of a new job. It could be the beginning of money coming in, income. Lots of positivity, something growthful, It could be a lifestyle change. You finally setting some lifestyle aside that has been, holding you back in some way. It's all very positive. So what does Mr. O have with the Lenormand, I wonder?
Did you want to put your hands on him too?
I guess so. I said you could do it, but I can do it too.
Well, we did that together,
okay,
so let's do this.
All right.
Then I can pet Sonny's head again. He's so mellow here.
Mellow, he's been crazy.
Well, he's
I know,
not for me.
Victoria. I thought, wow. I was actually thinking, why can't I have this reading for Victoria?
And of course, it's a wee bit early, but if you get up early when it's morning, our show, the Your Weird Week, is on at 9 a.m.
Well, this is interesting.
So we got the key, but it's being influenced by the snake. So it could be saying really that we have to be careful, that when we are seeing that these things maybe are fundamental and moving us in a direction that we're not totally surprised by the direction, because change is so fundamental, we still might think we're expecting one thing and maybe something else happens. It should be all good, but let's not, necessarily put false expectations or deceptive expectations on the change that we might be expecting or thinking it's a blessing, blessing,
Well,
change.
Yeah, don't be deceived in thinking you're not worthy of this, either. Maybe like that it's too good to be true, because, the key is that we often think we're not ready or worthy for some good stuff that comes our way. I don't know, it's kind of like in other words, just don't, one of these slogans, American slogans, comes to mind. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Don't do anything that would dampen, this change. Don't try to control it, Maybe that's another thing. Don't try to manipulate it. Go with the flow. Just go with where this is taking you, because obviously this change is leading to something good. So I think maybe that's the meaning of the snake here. All right, that's what we have for you, Preeti. Good luck with that.
And I think if we do this again, I think we're going to probably start at 4 and see if we get more of an audience if we start later, earlier, depending on your
Oh,
perspective.
for crying out loud. Quit tweaking. It's supposed to be the witching hour, isn't it? Victoria's perfectly happy with this time.
Which witching hour? There's the midnight witching hour. There's also, some people call it the 2 o'clock witching hour.
I think the 3 o'clock is the traditional one.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, see, we even debate at 3 a.m.
No, it's not a debate. It's bickering.
Bicker. All right. So let's move on. It'll be your deck,
You're
Mr.
welcome,
04, Victoria. It's the Eastern Standard Witching Hour. There you go.
Have a good one, Preeti. And
Take
you're
care,
welcome.
Preeti. Great reading.
That was pretty good. All right, so I'm going to use my Ghost Tarot, since, of course, we're in the witching hour here. Fabulous. And apply for a few more jobs. Will any of them stick? Will any of them hit?
You mean 1,200
And 3 or 4.
2 or 3 or 4? Yeah. Oh, God. Resumes out there. This is just... All right, Mr. O. And he's using his Ghost Tarot.
Hey, friend. Hey, friend.
All right. I'll be shuffling the Lenormand and then handing it to you.
Okay, first card is Knight of Wands.
I like that start,
And
at
it's
least.
upright.
This is maybe... Let's do them one at a time. Well, you want to lay them all out? Lay them all out.
Okay. And Angelica has joined us. Hi.
Welcome, Angelica.
You'll be the very
Welcome
next
to
reading.
TFT at the Witching Hour. which is something we do quarterly, get ourselves up early.
Yes, you'll be the next one right after the one we're on now. Okay, so Victoria, your next card is the Hierophant reversed.
That's also not
I
bad.
like the idea there. Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't realize that you had to be subscribed to message us. That's cool. Okay,
Oh.
and then the final card is the upright Two of Swords.
Well, you've got all positive cards here.
Mhm.
You know, it may not be the, how should I say this, the slam dunk that Preeti had, but you know, the Six of Wands is a really good start. You know, is like maybe somebody important is going to notice you. You know, somebody who can give you a job. You know, they're going to notice you and you know, some of your talents, your skills. Or, you know, I'm almost seeing another kind of theme here. I almost wonder if I should let you go, or do you want me to go ahead and do my theme?
You can say what you want.
Well, I'm kind of seeing here, maybe stating it this way. You know, to get the recognition of somebody important, somebody who can, you know, really get you to where you want to be, give you that victory you're looking for, you may have to do a little outside the box thinking here, Victoria. You know, what can you do or say, or how can you present yourself differently? You know, that's the Hierophant reversed here, is taking a radical approach to getting the recognition or notice that you want. And, you know, it's going to really make people think about you seriously as, you know, a viable option for them. I think the Two of Wands is, or the Two of Swords is here to say too, you know, that maybe, you know, until you come up with this radical alternative approach, you know, things are going to kind of stay the way they are. Because, let's face it, obviously in this job market, with what you've been through so far, you know, people are looking for something either unique, something that maybe you need to state or say differently to make this change.
There's a bit of some balance questions here, like maybe there's flexibility between the kind of positions you're applying for and then maybe the kind of expectations that employers might have. I sort of feel what she's saying there about, you know, kind of thinking out of the box, but I'm wondering if, you know, the addition of the Two of Swords there is sort of saying time the moment for doing that, that not all of these things will require that some things maybe are more traditional. They want something that doesn't appear very different. The King of Wands really...
Oh, is that the King of Wands?
I'm sorry, it's the Knight of Wands. I'm sorry. It's the Knight of Wands. Is suggesting strongly to me that this is really about, you know, finding the balance between being your charismatic, most brave person, but then the person who's willing to kind of shake it up. Underneath that all, you sort of still have to maintain control between how much exuberance you feel and how much wackiness you feel.
I thought it was the Six of Wands, so don't feel bad. And it's the
Which
Knight.
one?
That one.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
You know, I
listening.
saw the
Hi,
shining
Shama.
light on the person there. I see Amma. Yeah, we'll be able to get to you and Angelica. I'm keeping a paper list today, so I am not posting a
Okay, and
list.
clearly we're not awake.
Well, you made a goofoo too, Mr. King.
I only said it, but I knew it was the night. You didn't know it.
Well, at any rate, it's okay. So let me revise this just a little bit for you, Victoria. I think it's only going to need a minor tweak. You know, you want to move forward. You want to achieve. You know, you're ready to go. You've got everything together. It seems like you're fighting for what you want. But, you know, you've got to take this other radical approach. It's what I've said here, in order to get to shake people out of their kind of indifference, you know, because that's the Two of Swords. In a way, they're kind of sitting back and like, well, does she really have what it takes? So I really still think that Hierophant reversed, one way or another, is the key. But you have the potential here to definitely change things up a bit, This could be the coming of a new opportunity for you. At the very least, an opportunity to present yourself once again.
And maybe from that context, then, the Two of Swords up there maybe looks like, employers might be waiting to see that. There might be this wait and see attitude, and that's kind of like show them some dazzle, as you can, under, the appropriate, like they don't want you just to come and say, hi, I'm Victoria, and here's my one-person act.
So after Victoria will be Angelica and then Siama.
And then Jennifer has also
And Jennifer, wow,
Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, good to see you. This bright and early.
Do you want me to grab them?
Yeah, you can take top and bottom. I did last time.
Ready? Okay, So, in the Lenormand, you get the Lady, which is Inquirer, or you, and Heart.
You get the head of a corporation that you're that you're writing to. No, you know what? I think this clearly means that you have the potential to achieve your heart's desire right now as far as, career-wise goes. If you just follow this path, think differently.
And that's a money-back guarantee.
Well,
Nah,
as much money as we make here anyway.
true that.
All right. Hey, that's what we have for you, Victoria. Wow, I
Well,
like
good luck.
that. I like the sounds of it. I think
Stay in
it's
touch.
showing,
It does look good, really, actually.
Yeah, selling your tarot prints. Yeah, I know. Why not?
Why not? Hey.
I'm thinking of
You're
we're
welcome.
thinking of making some radical changes to our website, and I'm just going to change my shop around. And actually, our tarot readings will be fairly cut and dry, priced out there, and we will be putting in some maybe items that we want to sell. Especially to U.S. customers that we are trying to let go of here. So that's a possibility. Good stuff. Good stuff. So.
All right. Well, Angelica asks, does Spirit think I'm late and slacking off and I should start taking action now and make progress? Like,
Okay.
What do they advise and want to say?
All right. That's a good question. And for that one, we'll use my reading.
All right. I figured you'd say that. All right. Thanks for staying up for us, Victoria. We love you too.
Hey, take care, Victoria.
Probably a wise decision because I bet Toby ran off already, and we noticed that our
So
Sonny
has Sonny.
has decided to run off to sleep.
He's
too, I think.
around. He'll be back. Gonna shuffle and cut.
All right. Yes, he is around. I see him over there in the living room.
Get some sleep. We will try. You too. There he is. You said you called?
Lay down, boy. Lay down. Good boy.
All right, Sonny is here to check on the cards. He's sniffing them. Okay, so what does
What does Spirit advise?
advise?
Should
Well,
we start taking action now?
It's the Nine of Swords upright. So I think Spirit is advising, for you to examine, if your own fears or self-doubts, concerns are what's holding you back. What is the nature of... They want you to examine what is the nature of why you are procrastinating or why you maybe feel like you're not moving fast enough. Maybe these are just worries and fears that you yourself have that, Spirit is saying, when you're ready, you will move.
The Nine of Swords often talks about things that are depressing to us or cause sorrow. Sometimes there are things that maybe feel realistic to us, but maybe sometimes there are things that we might over imagine a little bit. So this is possibly saying, Spirit is saying, you do have to examine these things, because some of these things may be more realistic, but some of them may not be, and they could possibly, I'm not analyzing you, but I'm just saying they could possibly be defense mechanisms that you enact to kind of protect yourself from taking chances that you fear, won't help you.
There is that. Or there is this idea that maybe Spirit is saying, maybe this whole idea of you procrastinating is all up here, and don't worry so much about it, Maybe instead of worrying, if you feel you need to do something, do a little every day, and allay those fears or anxieties that you may have.
So the next card is, why is this important that this feeling is being presented to you, or this understanding?
Well, why is this important to your situation? Because I feel like Spirit is saying maybe this is a 10 of Wands upright, and I think Spirit is saying maybe this whole idea, maybe you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself right now. Maybe that's what's going on here, and that, I'm not saying you should slack off if you really feel that way, but, don't be too hard on yourself if you feel non-motivated at this time. It just may be a phase.
Spirit could be saying that there are other things that you can't slack off on that represent burdens or obligations that you work on. And so indeed, I think this is important, because Spirit says, don't look at what you don't do. Maybe consider what you are doing and how hard you are working in that regard. So maybe it's a matter of your perspective, understanding that you are doing some things that just don't feel exactly what you think you need to be doing.
This is such a cut and dry reading. I peeked at the last card, and I should give you these to shuffle first. So where is all of this heading? Good news. It's the Four of Swords reversed. Holy cow. So, this fits in perfectly with this.
It does.
So where is all of this heading? You are going to be entering a more active phase very soon. Spirit wants you to know that. So don't be too hard on yourself now, because, consider this a period of time where you should be using this time to re-energize, recharge, and get yourself ready for a more active phase.
Well, the other thing about that card, I think, it's that it sometimes really will talk about the need to do actual healing work, or to find yourself in healing from what has come before. So I think this card could also be saying too is that some of this idea back here is something that you need to kind of submerge in a little bit and come to terms with it, and realize that, like we said, maybe you're being a little hard on yourself, and maybe you should use this to kind of bore yourself and feel better, do some self-healing in a way.
Some self-healing, some recharging, and maybe just envisioning where you want to go next. And I was supposed to shuffle and pull those.
Oh, I thought you did.
You know
already.
that. No, you were supposed to shuffle first this time.
Well, you had your hands on them, so I figured you did it.
Because I handed them to you.
Well, then here, just stop being so whiny about it and do it. My goodness.
We go with what we have. Is that the way they were?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we have the path, the decisions, the choices, and then we have the ring. So I think here, make a commitment, to yourself. Make a commitment, Spirit says, to choosing what you want to do next, where you want to be next, what's the next phase for you going to look like. Use this time to, vision a path for yourself moving forward.
It's very true. I think that, the choices says you stand at that pinnacle of taking a choice, And that means that, choices Spirit will be giving to you in different ways. You have to just really maybe stay open to the idea that choices are coming to you and that you can do those to, cut down on the slacking and focus yourself.
So that's what we have for you, Angelica. I hope that gave you something to think about. So
Hi,
good luck with
Nature
that.
1111.
Thanks for joining us. Hi, Nature. Hi, Nature. You know what? You can join our list. We'll give you a reading. Right now,
You're about 2 down.
Right now, we've got Siama, Jennifer, and Nature.
You're welcome, Angelica.
All right. Hey, you're very welcome. Good luck with that. I think things are going to work out. They're not as bad as you may think.
Okay, so Siama asked for a love reading. Was that right?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? Okay. Yep, I see it. Okay. That would be your deck.
And I'm going to use my somewhat new Haunted House Tarot. I know it's funny that we're here live, but basically the idea is that this is, TFT in the witching hour, so we decided to have one extra show of 1 hour just to kind of appeal to night owls or people who live in very distant time zones from us. And of course, our normal shows are on during the week. One was just yesterday, Sunday at 2 to 4 p.m., a little bit longer, our regular shows. And then Thursdays, we're back from 7 to 9 our time.
All right.
Okay, so love reading for Siama. And the first card is the Moon Reversed. And then the Queen of Cups reversed. And then Judgment upright. Well, the Moon reversed often will talk about our finding out things, our sort of peering through the mysteries or unanswered questions in our life and seeing something that maybe gives us an idea of what was going on, maybe something we needed to see or know, or maybe something we just didn't cover in our feelings that has a profound sense of truth to it. The Queen of Cups reverse could be indicating that there's something that is emotionally, tumultuous in a way, or emotionally harder right now. Maybe it just sort of feels like there is things feeling strayed or disconnected or emotional strife of some sort. Maybe what you are discovering is that you have unsettled emotional feelings, or you have feelings that you're not understanding about your emotions. Where is that possibly also indicated, or what else could be going on, is this sense of judgment here that maybe in terms of a love reading, you are about to find out something. Maybe you are about to find out a change in maybe somebody's feelings towards you, or maybe realize your own change or feeling about somebody else, that maybe you've kind of come to a sense of an epiphany. It could be, I'm wondering if it's about a relationship that maybe you weren't feeling was going anywhere, and then maybe now it sort of feels like something has kind of reborn. Like maybe there's a relationship that has new potential again.
Well, Siama, this is an interesting reading. I feel here that, are you, I think that maybe what, the Queen of Cups is indicating to me, along with Judgment, and Judgment is upright or reversed
It's
there?
upright.
It's upright. Is that, sometimes we worry and we think that our karma or our fate is that, we're going to be disappointed in romance, things taking a long time, longer than we would like. So we start to draw conclusions, and I feel here that what this is saying is that maybe your attitude on love and romance needs a little bit of a change, a little bit of a refresh, and that, I feel that things will open up for you once that happens. I feel here you may come to the realization that you need to change an attitude of some sort in order to attract, love, the right person or love into your life. You need to maybe take a different approach. You need to maybe reawaken something within you. Perhaps reawakening, opening your heart more to love and romance. I feel here that intuitively you're almost realizing something needs to shift and change within you in order to make this happen. But don't be hard on yourself and don't worry too much about what others think or feel about you. Just be your authentic self and love will come. I feel, that you will finally find people becoming more attracted to you.
Maybe you have to understand, find out that, your worst emotional feelings can change with your attitude. That a lot of this is really, like we're saying, is just you have to, try to open yourself up more. So in the Lenormand,
well, this is an
that we
odd
both
combination
shuffled.
here.
That we both shuffled.
Oh, we're not. We're going back to the old way because
Okay.
you seem to be stuck there.
Right, because of the one time I
Yeah.
didn't do it.
Go on.
Nice.
Throw it up there in your... Are you going to say what that card is?
Well, I thought you picked it, so you should do it.
Ah.
It's the Ring and the Sith.
We're cranky in the early morning hours.
You started it.
Oh, no.
Yes, you did. You complained that I didn't. You
here
acted
we
like
go.
I purposely
Where's
didn't
the
shuffle the
bickering
cards.
thing? Where's the bickering thing? So, at any rate here, I feel that, right now is not a time to focus on commitments from others in your love life. Right now is not a time to focus on that, So cut that idea out of your head and think in terms of right now, just opening yourself up to finding a partner that you can get to know better and let it all flow naturally towards, wherever it's going to take you. Some relationships are not necessarily, of course, going to lead us to that ultimate commitment. And that's kind of what I'm feeling here is that I feel if something is coming towards you right now, Sienna, it may be something that you will learn a lot from, you will grow from. You may have a nice relationship for a while, but it may not lead to a commitment.
Well, the Sith could be cutting away at that ability to make a commitment. So that's what you have to watch for, is that maybe the emotional things you may be discovering, the epiphanies, is that maybe you are understanding that you have to be more sincere about some of your commitments. You can't cut and run on relationships as easily. And maybe this is what could be going on too, is that you need to sort of have a different emotional perspective when you're really considering, what a relationship means to you. I hope that helps.
That's what we have for you. I think that something may be coming, but it's going to be more of a temporary or a short-term relationship rather than a long-term one. So I wish you luck with that.
All right, so Jennifer is up.
Hey, Jennifer.
If you're still with us.
Hey, you're very welcome, Siama.
You're welcome.
Sonny, come here. Aw.
And we'll give Jennifer Simpson a moment, but as we mentioned before...
Are you going to change screens? Sonny is standing. No? Okay. Ah, Sonny. There you are. You steal the show. Yes. Why don't you face the camera? There.
Well, we could go ahead with Nature 1111's reading, and if Jennifer pops back in, we'll give her a reading. We don't even know what her question is at this point.
Yeah, I don't think we got a question, right?
Just nice
okay,
to
so it's
see us.
nice to see you both live. Maybe Jennifer just doesn't have a question and wants to watch. That is all good. All right, Nature, why don't you go ahead?
We already know that she wants a love reading.
Ah, okay. This one. All right.
I won't pull those unless you shuffle them too.
I'll pull them. All right. Easy. Oh. Okay, we have the Eight of Wands reversed. We have the Knight of Cups reversed. Oh, and look what's come up again. Judgment, upright. Sonny, are you on my wand? There it is. Well, so the Eight of Wands reversed. You know, I'm not sure of your situation, Nature, but the Eight of Wands reversed is indicating feeling a sense of, geez, I've been, it just seems like I've been all over the place with relationships lately. Or is there a particular relationship, that you feel you've wasted a lot of time with? It seemed like things were going nowhere. A lot of time and energy seem to be put out there and not much happening. So it's either in the love department overall, or it's this idea that maybe one relationship in particular may have been sapping you dry. Hello,
Hi,
Melody.
We'll get you on our list.
Just got a paper list today, but it's a very short list. You will be coming up next.
So Eight of Wands reverse could be talking about a sense of communication failing, or that you feel in some ways you're not getting to the point. It could be getting to the point of a relationship, or it could be getting to the point about seeking a relationship.
Well, and then here, I forget, is that the Cups?
It's the Knight of Cups reversed.
It is the Knight of Cups reversed. And so therefore, with what I said, that you're feeling as though you've spent a lot of your energy, on something that just didn't seem to bear fruit, and has kind of, left you in a position of feeling like, where's the love, Where is the love in my life? And how do I make this relationship, work, or how to attract, the right person in your life where you feel like, hey, you're not just wasting your time here. Well, you may have to rethink and reimagine yourself a little bit and your ideals about love and romance. Judgment calls for sometimes just shedding the old skin and coming up with a new version of you, you know? So, I mean, here, maybe this is about attitude adjustments, you know? This might be something that you need to think about in the future, how you can, you know, attract more of the person that really is worthy of the time and energy you put into love and relationships.
Those first two cards do seem to talk about what you're saying there. You know, currently have a crush but feels like not getting anywhere. This could be saying that indeed, you know, that maybe that other person maybe is not exactly in tune with you. That the Eight of Wands overall may represent either the idea that these things are not being communicated exactly, but the Judgment upright is the hope that, you know, somehow things will, like Banshee says, be seen in a different light. It may be a matter of finding a way to present yourself differently, to present something that maybe says, this is another look, this is a new version. Banshee said that also. So let's see what the Lenormand say. And we are going to get to you too, Jennifer, of course. Okay, so
You'll
the first
find
card
this interesting.
is the Bouquet.
Look at that.
Oh, it's sardine can. Well, coffin.
It's the coffin. And you know, that usually heralds endings. You know, sometimes we have to think about our love life, and, you know, there are some relationships we want to make work, you know, but sometimes there is a blessing, there is joy after ending them. I hate to say it that way, but, you know, maybe in this case of this relationship that's going nowhere, my advice would be that, you know, don't wait forever, you know. There might be more joy for you if you decide, I need to move on from here, or maybe make it less serious and, you know, open yourself up more to dating again. You know, so that this person is just part of that, you know, your dating scene. And look for something else, you know, that might be more happy, bring you more joy. And you know what? There is nothing like getting somebody to come around sometimes if you decide that, well, you know, maybe we should see other people.
Well, I like the idea of the bouquet because I think that means that ultimately you're going to receive some sense of satisfaction or joy here. And this analogy, I sort of feel that the Judgment in the tarot maybe aligns a little bit with the coffin, because I think this is saying that really sometimes something old or an old version has to die in order to see it differently, to see it in a different light, to reimagine yourself. So I think this is saying not necessarily totally giving up on the new crush, but understanding that they may not necessarily see you the way you want to be seen. And so it is like Banshee says, maybe, you know, there's a sense of absence makes the heart go fonder, is that old saying, you know, the idea that maybe they just need to know that something that maybe they weren't seeing is gone, and maybe something new can still be seen or should be seen.
Well, and you know, that's another thing I guess I should bring up here as a possibility. I'm not saying necessarily that you have to give up this relationship per se, because maybe what this is saying is that ultimately, you know, maybe some of the stagnation, some of this wasted energy, you know, maybe that will come to an end and joy will return. Maybe it's possible this person might come around on their own. I think you've got to have a judgment call here on this, you know. Is this worth continuing on the course it's on, or should I open things up more and see what's out there? So it's going to be a judgment call on your part. It's possible this person might come around, but, you know, how long are you willing to wait for that? So that's what we have for you. That's what it kind of looks like. I hope that makes sense to you. Good luck with that, nature.
And PT has also joined us. We're only here for an hour today, so PT, you may be our last person. But first, we have Melody coming up,
And then
Jennifer, and then PT.
Yep.
And you're welcome. And Jennifer did leave us a question, so if you do doze off again, you may have to navigate back here to find it, but you will be after this very next one we're doing now. We're doing Melody now. And
Yes.
Melody, what is the question or reading you would like to have? If you're still with us, we hope.
Give me. You want my cards? You can't have them.
What is Azam's energy towards me? Very good. Okay, and I'm going to use my Crow's Magic Tarot again. Thank you for your question, Melody. And just remind everybody, we only do this about 4 times a year. Come on super late at night because, of course, it is a little harder for us.
Well, it's 3, we started the show at 3 a.m. here. So, and I know in other parts of the world it's daytime, or later. So...
But just to remind you that we have a lot of other shows on our YouTube channel and a lot of other streaming at different times, so check that out. Here you go. Your turn.
Mm-hmm. I have no room anymore. Sorry. It's taking my space.
And we are about the cats, as you can see.
The cat. The other cats
Well, I was thinking of all the cats on that.
don't come up here. Oh, the cat faces.
Okay, so Melody asks, what is Azam's energy towards them? And our first card is the 7 of Wands, and it's upright. It's followed by the King of Swords, which is also upright. And then finally, there is the Lovers reversed. So that's kind of interesting because with the first 2 cards, I thought his energy towards you seems to be very definitive and masterful, that maybe he feels he needs to make his intentions clearer, to stand up with you for exactly what he feels. But that King of Swords sort of says this is a person maybe who needs to have control, and so maybe that's what it's talking about, is that in some sense he might want to have a level of control or influence as his intention over you. 7 of Wands upright.
I think you stand in a good position with Azam.
This is about his intentions towards her.
Right. His intentions towards you are that you stand in a good position in his mind. You want me to put it that way? You stand in a good position right now where he's coming from. And with the King of Swords, he feels as though, although I think this is really a positive card. The swords, the court cards in the swords can be kind of cold and aloof. Like sometimes he may not be showing you exactly how he feels. His intentions, he may be keeping them close to his chest. But his intentions are, that he's really judging you, very fairly and objectively. And he feels like, you might be good for him. You might actually put him, in a better position in some way, or make him feel better about himself. But let's take a look at that last card again. What is that? I forgot.
It's the Lovers reversed.
Yes, it's Lovers reversed, which indicates, as much as he may think well of you, sometimes, people don't always make the choice that's in their best interests. And I wonder about, the choices he's making right now. And if that's a worry here. And his intentions may be good, on some level here, but he's having difficulties in making, the right choices in his life right now. And I think that's mirrored.
I wasn't done. I didn't get to talk about the
I thought you did. I'm
reversed.
sorry.
No, I only talked about the first 2. So I think that with the idea about the intentions being good, that Lovers reverse could just be saying that maybe he has a different idea about what he expects from you then. with his intentions then, that maybe it could not necessarily be exactly what's truthful, that maybe what he feels his intentions are not necessarily what you think they're going to be too. In other words, that maybe he won't take you as seriously even despite some of this stuff. That's a possibility I see with the Lovers reversed.
Right. And I think that there's a level of maturity involved here a little bit.
So we have the Child in Lenormand and the Man. So that could be Azam. That could be saying Azam still has some, things to work out.
He needs a more mature attitude about, this, love and relationships maybe in general, but he needs to maybe take a more mature attitude. The other thing I might add that I could see here is maybe Azam is a little bit slow to come around. The Child can be about taking things one step at a time. So, you probably are a better judge of that, Melody, if he's really a slow mover or wants to move too fast. But I sense here, as far as his decision-making process goes, he might be a little bit sluggish and slow, and he really needs to adopt a better attitude, more mature attitude.
It almost makes me wonder if the first set of cards, the intentions idea is that maybe Azam feels you have more of the guiding principle because he is really kind of slowing down in that regard.
That's true.
And that could result in why you're not exactly at terms with that Lover's reverse, that maybe even though he understands that about you, maybe there still needs to be a chance for him to catch up to kind of, reconcile all of that.
I like that.
True, she says. Okay. So that's interesting.
So that's what we have for you. That's it. So
right,
I hope
Melody,
that helped.
Thanks for coming today. Okay, so we're on Jennifer, right?
Yep.
And Jennifer would like to know, will her and the Pisces reconcile?
Okay.
And after that, PT, you're our last one. If you want to leave your question now, that would be wonderful.
All right, let's see what we've got for Jennifer, though. I'm going to go to
your deck.
Yep,
Hello, Sunny.
Open it. All right.
What's up, Sun Man? It's dark out there. You're
so
looking
this
out
is
there.
just will they reconcile? Let's see. Let's throw 3 cards. I mean, I know it's a yes/no, but let's see what we got.
You're welcome, PT. Thanks for coming today. We couldn't have done it without you.
Without everybody who came. For a while there, it was just us and one person.
Yeah, we thought nobody was going to show up.
And Sunny, of course, who's always here. Here you go.
And I've shuffled those.
Okay. I'm just gonna... Wow.
Well, thank you. You're welcome. We have our reasons, though. Just trying... A little bit is a sense of a payback because we do feel that 10 or 15% of our viewing audience comes from the other side of the world where maybe, they're staying up later or getting up earlier
to go to our normal shows. So we thought we'd do one late at night to see if, some of the people overseas could come join us.
Well, Jennifer, despite my morning testiness here, that is our basic strength, as we feel you're getting 2 interpretations. A lot of times we are very similar, but sometimes we differ.
Sometimes cranky. Sometimes we disagree.
I'm better now.
Sometimes we're seeing different sides of the card.
Okay, PT, thanks for the question. We'll get to that in a moment.
Okay, Jennifer, let's see what we have here.
So Jennifer wanted to know if they will reconcile with the Pisces.
It's the 9 of Pentacles reversed. We have the World reversed. Ah! And we have the Tower upright.
Okay, almost looks clear, eh?
Ah. Well, I wasn't sure at first because, with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, I almost thought that, maybe both of you want something more, and maybe you both might come around to possibly reconciling again. Maybe there's a sense of, when you guys were away from each other, that aloneness, was kind of felt and hurt. But I'm not so sure anymore. Maybe, but let me go with that for a moment, because what I did see here was that, and then with the world reversed, it said here that really it's going to take a lot of more work, to make this reconciliation happen. Excuse me. The world is reversed here, and it just suggests that success is elusive right now unless both sides are willing to do the hard work to get things back to where they were. But then you have, I forgot what that was.
The Tower.
Yeah, but how could I forget that? But then you have the Tower. Well, what this could mean in the scenario I've just laid out for you is that maybe this breakup, this shakeup, was a wake-up call for both of you, and there's a lot that could be learned from this experience in a positive way if you both were willing to work on it. That's one take. I'm going to let you go, and then I might do take number 2.
So I'm going to go to the end because I think this is the end, and that this is saying there is a hard lesson to learn, and it could be that it's a difficult lesson. It's a hard lesson, but it's a difficult lesson too. Going back to the beginning, what Banshee said, the Nine of Pentacles says there's a lot of hard work. But I'm wondering if each of you may be viewing the work differently, or the work moving towards different goals, that maybe there is a sense that your goals in a relationship are not exactly the same. Maybe one of you is more like, come here now, and the other one is like, I'll get there in a minute. Something like that. There may be a vacillation in some of your personality differences, even though there's a great deal of love, or there was at time. Something is sort of vacillating that you haven't figured out what the lesson of that is or how to resolve that.
That work that needed to be done was actually from the world. I just want to...
Okay. Yeah. Well, I feel it from here too, because I feel that sometimes the Nine of Pentacles is about work paused or work being unpaused.
Okay.
But I sort of feel like you're right too, that the idea here of the world reversed strongly speaks about the idea that you're not at a level of the perfection that you want. Maybe it's not a total perfection, but you're not satisfied with a level you had achieved, or you feel clearly more work has to be done.
Yeah, that was my initial scenario. Well, actually, I gave you my initial scenario, but he's actually touched on my secondary scenario, which was the fact that, you both maybe want different things. You want more out of life than what each of you got out of this relationship, or at least one of you does. And, that is why things feel incomplete. Sometimes the world is about a sense of incompleteness as well. And so it's a hard lesson to swallow, like Mr. O said. I totally would agree with that in my second scenario here. So this is just an idea. In life, things could go one could go both ways. The possibility exists that this could be an either or. If both of you are willing to truly work on this, put in the effort, and, really feel that sense of we miss each other, we feel incomplete without each other, then, this wake-up call that you had, has taught you some lessons that will bring you back together. So that's why I feel it could go either way.
I like that, though, because to me, it does feel like there is a sense of hope being given, despite the fact that the lesson will be challenging.
So, yeah. So, I'm just saying it could go either way. But let's look at what the Lenormand wrought here. Okay. Actually, that's the second card. I'm sorry. This was the first.
The first card is the Anchor, but it was followed by the Bouquet, which is like a gift or joy. it may be saying that you need to take stock, and you're kind of saying that there, of exactly how you feel, the level of happiness or joy you have. Is it a gift to you unattached from maybe the idea that you might want to reconcile, or that you might feel like maybe it could reconcile? Is that joy you feel now something that you can kind of anchor yourself to in this moment, to sort of feel like it ended okay, nothing more needs to be done, I'm okay with this? Or you have to decide for yourself, is what it looks like.
You know, it's an interesting combination.
Yeah.
I would say, you know, your stability, your security, your sense of what makes you feel safe and comfortable, you know, is what you need to focus on here to bring, you know, to bring joy
Okay,
back
I like
into
that
your
better.
life. And so, whether it is trying to reconcile a relationship, or if you really feel better moving on, then pick up that anchor, you know, and find your joy elsewhere.
All right.
And that's what we have for you, Jennifer. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Jennifer.
All right, we're going to move on to PT, our last reading.
And PT is our last reading. Thank you so much.
And what's the question?
You're welcome.
What is Sahil's feeling? Okay, what is Sahil feeling about our relationship? Okay, so you are in a relationship now with Sahil.
And you're welcome, Jennifer. And I'm going to go back to the Ghost Tarot for this one.
Okay. Let me put that back.
What is Sahil feeling about our relationship?
Right. Those were your cards I pulled last time.
So once again, thanks for joining us, everybody that did. And if you're able to, check out our other shows or our other live streams.
Oh, well.
Okay, what is Sahil feeling about your relationship? And the first card is the reversed Four of Pentacles. Card 2 is the reversed Ace of Swords.
Oh, they're all reversed.
Card 3 is the reversed Two of Pentacles. I'm going to throw the Lenormand up there too. We have the Garden in the Lenormand and the Key. And the Key shows up a lot. Well, I'm wondering, there's probably some mixed feelings going on. The Four of Pentacles reverse maybe says that they want to give more, they feel they are giving more, or they feel, you know, a sense of being generous and not wanting to hold back. That could apply to the physical dimensions or the overall dimensions of love in a relationship. But it could take on specific meaning about maybe financial outlays, things like that. Did you want to tackle that one?
Well,
Do you want me to go on?
yeah, go ahead.
But maybe there's a sense too that Sahil isn't sure if the relationship has started well, or that maybe there are some things that are causing little delays or bumps in the relationship. That's the Ace of Swords reversed. It is possible that maybe Sahil feels one or either of you have to be more decisive, and usually when that would come up, that might mean they themselves feel that they need to take more charge or be more involved in how it unfolds, the process there.
What's that last card?
That one?
Yeah.
That's the reverse Two of Pentacles.
Oh, that's right.
Did you want to step in now?
I don't know, but I guess I will.
Okay. And PT says right so far.
Is that okay?
Sure,
Right.
go ahead.
So I feel here, though, I don't know, I look at that Four of Pentacles maybe just a little bit differently here. I feel that they're very open and they're open-minded, and also they feel a little, how should I say this? I don't want to say that they feel that they're giving more, but I feel like they feel there's a lot that they could give to this relationship. That there's a lot that they're willing to give to this relationship. But they're unclear right now that this is really the path that they want to take. I mean, I think they're just in the process of deciding if this is really where they want to be. And with the Two of Pentacles reversed, it's also showing this idea of, maybe their mind is out of balance a little bit on this. Like they're really unsure of themselves. And they feel right now, that things may not be, as in control as they would like.
That's interesting what you said there, PT. I'm not sure what I think about that just yet. But I think that Two of Pentacles reversed does sort of indicate that maybe Sahil, and we're talking about Sahil's feelings about the relationship, that maybe he does feel that there is something that isn't balanced or feels equitable to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. And, because maybe that's what's leading into that Eight of Swords reversed here is, he can't make his mind up because he feels maybe there is this lack of balance in a relationship. Now, remember, everybody has their perceptions. You feel you give more. He may feel, like Mr. O said in the beginning, that he gives more. It's a matter of perception, whether he's right or wrong, whether you're right or wrong. That's,
right. This is more about his feelings, but the reality could be what you're saying, that
exactly.
you are the one giving more there.
And I feel here, this is an interesting combination.
The key here, and the garden.
The garden can often speak of marriage in the sense that it's about a wedding ceremony. So the key is it could be, marriage could be in the picture, but I think some things have to be worked out here, this sense of imbalance, this sense of, give and take maybe in the relationship.
Well, it could be saying that and this is, I never like to say this necessarily when it comes to marriages, but it could be saying that some of these feelings might kind of crystallize and gel into a more stable situation once there was some sort of commitment or marriage, But I hate to say that because I hate to feel like that's the prize because you did decide to do that. Marriages or any relationship should be founded on the true strength of people's commitment to each other, not whether or not necessarily, the piece of paper says we are one.
There is one other thing about the garden card, is Sahil ready to make a commitment like marriage? Because number one, sometimes the garden can talk about socializing more, getting out more, maybe dating, etc. Is Sahil really willing to make a commitment at this time, or is he more thinking about, just being more carefree and single for a while? I mean, I could see both sides of that too. So I would just say that Sahil has has a lot of thinking to do about this and where he really feels he stands.
The tarot on top kind of covers his feelings about your relationship. These ones may be really more about actual realities that could be on either of your sides there. And so the idea that this message is maybe more for you than about what he feels. This is saying that, to some degree, the key might be taking that different approach of, not too serious, being in the public eye, maybe considering some more openness around or transparency around the relationship.
Well, I see what you're saying there, and so I do feel that maybe that's it. He is just not quite ready to settle down yet because he's kind of wanting to be a little bit more carefree and socialize more.
Well, this may mean that for you, that's the key, is that maybe you feel that once you move towards marriage, that a lot of these things would settle down or resolve. And that may be true. You probably know him better than we do, obviously. So it is, something for you to consider.
Well, this is about his intentions. And so I think that his intentions right now are to still play it a little loose and to try to do his best in a relationship with you, because I think he does have feelings for you. It's just that he's not sure he's ready to settle down yet. And so, it may be what you're looking for, it may be not. But, right now it looks like things are still rather open here. So I wish you luck with that.
Good luck.
And thanks for joining us today.
All right.
Hey, and that's the end of our show. We went into a bit of overtime. No surprise there.
No surprise there.
We often do. But, our Thursday and our Sunday shows are both 2 hours long where we take any question. We also have a show on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is our happy hour show.
Thank you.
And our happy hour show is all about giving you a positive message from Spirit to brighten your day, because sometimes the cards aren't always that kind. And we need a little boost. So join us sometimes for our happy hour too, if you need something to lift your spirits.
Thank you for all the love, PT. Appreciate
all right.
your
Thank
words.
you. Thank you, PT. Appreciate it.
Kind words,
And
thank
we'll be doing this late night show again a few months from now, right, Mr. O?
Yeah, it'll probably be right around the end of October, beginning of November.
Yep. We can't get up this early all the time. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you all again sometime in the future. Bye-bye.